evening, everybody, and welcome to day 69. Yeah, it's going to be very, very good tonight. And yes, I see you guys chatting there in YouTube. It looks like the subscriber-only mode is working. I want to give my big hellos and shout-outs. I've got some stuff tonight that I think you're really going to enjoy. It's going to be enlightening and, like, really enlightening. Beardy Day, as always, welcome to you, man. Chuck Pinkham, San Jose. Lynn Fireball checking in from Carolina with Harold, the baseball legend. Hello, everyone. Judy Roberts, JDO. Subscribe mode's working. Yes, it's working. Ricochet, good evening to you. Rick Barry, good evening, Bethel Life. PG, Ukraine, family. Like, subscribe to help get the truth out. Thank you for that, Wilberforce. We are in the phase of trying to move people to YouTube. We're going to put, and we have already started, putting a full assault out there on the media. So much trash out there today. But I'm going to help dispel some of it. When I'm looking over to the right, I'm looking at all of your guys' chats. Hello to you, Ms. Rosemary. God bless you. And Bruce. Ralph Foster. God bless you this morning in the Philippines. So good morning to you there, sir. You're already on the 4th of May. Bob Piccarilli, Rick Powers, God bless you, my friend. And going to be good. Going to be very good. Let me see here. I've got to open a port over here. The new cameras did arrive today. We're in the process of installing them, so I'll have those rolling tomorrow. And I'll show you all that stuff. So we're making some good progress here. I've got a channel open. I think we're going to get a guest here in just a second. And that'll be good. So today we have an update from, still cannot get YouTube to work, but here on Facebook. Which channel are you in on Facebook? Because what I'm going to do is when I roll a video clip, I'm going to go into the Facebook chat and I'll put the links in there. We'll do that for everybody because we're in the process. I've got a chat here with, how about just a few minutes ago, I was talking to the lady from Mariupol. You're going to get an update directly from the lady from Mariupol. She's doing much better, still traumatized, does not want to talk about her experiences per se, but I had a good conversation with her just minutes ago, and you guys will enjoy that. Lots of activity on the military front. Lviv was struck very hard today, as well as other cities. In fact, Zhenya was traveling through Lviv when it was hit. We've got some video of that. Yes, traveling again. You'll hear about that in a moment. I've got a detailed look at, Bethel Life. No, okay. I heard Zelensky had $850 million in personal wealth. We'll come back to that one. Let me go over here because I just got a dinger in my ear here. Доброе утро.
Доброе утро, мы из Украины.
What time are you doing? Oh, what time is it? What time are you doing? Man, I've been talking to you too much. My English is terrible. 4:09 a.m. Okay. That's live right now. You still awake driving? Are you in Ukraine?
No, I'm in Poland.
Taking the lady from Mariupol?
Yeah, taking the lady from Mariupol and
Germany.
Germany, helping with documents and
yes,
so on.
And we have that. We just recorded just a few minutes ago because we didn't know if we would get you live. So,
okay.
You saw the strike in Lviv today.
Yeah, I've sent you some video.
I've got
right
it
before us.
Actually, I'll just share it right now. Just hang on. Here's what this is. Zhenya video in today. when he was driving through Lviv. And we'll talk about that after we're finished with Zhenya. I'll talk about the infrastructure of it and what was so important about that. But that's when he was heading through Lviv, and there's closer video as well. But that one was that hit a target today that was important for Russia, bad for Ukraine. But we're still rolling to victory. On the way back, when do you come back? Tomorrow?
Oh no, in 3 days, because it's 2 days driving one way. Almost 2 days.
Holy moly! Okay.
It's okay. It's okay. Let's say full 1 day.
Yeah, but you can't drive like
we need
that.
to drive. Yes, we need to drive 1,400 kilometers left.
Okay. To go.
To go.
Okay.
It's just that way.
All right. Well, stay safe.
Okay.
Thank you for pulling over and calling in. We love you. And
thank you.
I'll check on you in an hour.
Yeah.
Thank you for checking in tonight. All right, folks, there he was. That was live. I love it when he shows you the phone. That way you know. It's right now. He is in Poland. And without further ado, let's get right to that. Just a few minutes ago, we did not know if Zhenya would be able to communicate with me live, so we pulled a clip. They just crossed the Polish border. I think this will be very eye-opening for you as I'm speaking with the lady from Mariupol and expressing thanks to her that I'm sure in your heart, that's why you're here each night, you would want to express as well as we give our support for Ukraine. Also tonight, coming up, I've got a testimony from a little girl out of a filtration camp. I've got Palomar. I've got the Mariupol update. I've got Russian Orthodox priest telling the truth. I think. No, not telling the truth. And then we've got the nuts in Moscow. Very interesting what they're seeing today. But before we do that, let's get to Zhenya. Here we go. Hey, boss man, where you at?
I'm on the Polish border, just entered the Poland.
Okay. What are we doing there?
And we are on the way. We're taking people to Mariupol. Oh, sorry.
Let's take them from Mariupol.
Yes.
Okay.
We're helping this woman. Larissa, скажите привет.
Привет.
Привет, Larissa. Добро пожаловать. Anna is Mariupol. This lady is from Mariupol. Добро пожаловать, Polsha.
Спасибо.
Да. Слушай меня.
Да.
Мы верим, ваше будущее будет лучше, чем последние 2 месяца.
Мы в это тоже верим и надеемся.
Слава Украина.
Героям слава.
I told her everybody that I believe that her future will be better than her past 2 months. So here it is, folks, live tonight. Literally just a few minutes before going live. Andre.
Hi.
Привет. Hello.
Привет. Hello.
Yeah, how's your English doing, brother? Really good?
Very, very good.
Very, very good. Zhenya, you showed me also just a second ago when we called in that the buses, the border signs are all there helping people be directed. Beautiful. Oh, right there. Okay. High tech. Okay, then you're going to be picking up some stuff and taking it back?
Yes, we will transport that woman to some place in Germany.
Believe me, hey man.
The church will... Sorry?
I would love to talk to her, but we're going to be respectful. We're fortunate to get that out of her, so we're thankful. Just tell her we love her. And
you can скажи сам, Greg.
Да, но если
Скажи-
я поговорю по-русски, они не понимают меня. Может быть, переведи.
Хорошо, давай.
Just tell her that the world loves her and cares for her, and we are doing our best to help Ukraine. Everything's possible.
Ведь все возможно, и мы делаем все возможное с нашей стороны, чтобы помочь Украине. И весь мир, он с любовью относится и к Украине, и к жителям Мариуполя, и к вам лично.
Спасибо большое. Мы надеемся на лучшее, и оно и будет лучшее.
Thank you very much. We hope for better, and
Yes.
we will see that better.
And please tell her that we're doing our best to tell the world the truth and not allow the propaganda to control the world.
Он говорит, и, пожалуйста, передай ей, говорит ей, что мы делаем все возможное для того, чтобы мир знал правду, а не пропагандистские истории.
Он узнает правду.
The world knows truth.
Надеюсь.
I hope.
Да. И каждый день мы делаем все возможное. Все возможно. Every day we're doing everything possible.
И
Да.
каждый день стараемся делать все, что возможно.
Спасибо.
Well,
Thank
it is our joy and honor to be able to help you. We love
И
you.
это наша большая радость, и, что мы можем помогать хоть как-то.
Вот за это вам большое-большое человеческое спасибо.
And for that exactly, from me, a big human thank you.
Мы очень
Пожалуйста.
сильно хотим, чтобы Мариуполь был Украина.
Really want, for Mariupol would be Ukraine.
Мариуполь будет Украина. По-любому.
точно.
For exactly.
Да.
For sure, she said. For sure.
Был, есть и будет.
Он был, он есть и будет.
Да. Был и будет. Это
Был
точно.
и будет. It was and it will be. Без вопрос. И я хочу сказать, один день наше будущее мы будем пить чай вместе внутри центра города Мариуполь.
А с караваем.
Дякую.
Знаешь,
Спасибо. Okay. I won't
Yeah,
stress her.
yeah.
One day we'll eat. I won't stress her.
Okay.
Lunch in Mariupol.
Я даже печь научусь.
She said, just for that, I will take lessons how to cook and bake.
Я жду.
Приезжайте к нам в Мариуполь.
Welcome to Mariupol, she said. She invites you to Mariupol.
Я возле моря живу
She
близко.
says, I live close to the sea.
Слушай, Мариуполь будет Украина, и мы будем
Будет.
там.
Будет, конечно, будет.
Женя, она не понимает. This lady doesn't understand. Я работаю Украина внутри 25 лет. Это мой второй дом, и я очень люблю эту земля. Вы моя семья.
Израильская земля, в которой все есть.
Аминь. 100% согласен. Это наша земля.
Да.
Так.
Наша. И мы ее никому не отдадим.
You guys
We
are
will
learning
not
Russian
allow
tonight.
to
We're
take it
talking
to
about
anyone.
how Ukraine is our Без ground. вопрос. And I'm encouraging Мы her, trying to get her to smile. работаем до победы. И будет We're gonna победы.
Будет победа за нами.
Да, it will be victory for us. I mean,
Yes.
Аминь.
it's nice to see you smile.
Это очень приятно видеть вас, говорит, с улыбками. Okay.
Спасибо.
So
Андрей,
we are...
Да.
Андрей,
спасибо огромное, брат.
Спасибо. Спасибо
Конечно.
тебе, Грег, за то, что ты каждый день говоришь людям правду.
thank you
Истину.
for you telling the truth to the people.
Спасибо.
You
Every
didn't
day.
translate that right. He actually said, everyone, he said, Greg, thank you for telling people the truth every day. Он сказал каждый день.
Да, каждый день.
Every day.
Каждый
Listen,
день.
I got re-energized last night. I don't know if you saw the program, but I was so angry because so many Americans believe the untruth of the propaganda, and especially Christians. I became very angry and upset and fully re-energized. I'm ready to get in a boat and drive and ride it to Ukraine. I'm coming.
Говорит, я готов прыгнуть уже, говорит, и добираться какими-то любыми путями в Украину, потому что, говорит, я вчера, говорит, перезарядился. Потому что, говорит, я понял, что так много людей в Америке, они не знают правды. Они слушают ложь, включая церковь.
Но они будут.
Но они будут знать.
Да.
Спасибо.
Конечно, брат. Мы семья. Мы работаем вместе. Команда. Самая лучшая команда в весь мир.
Да.
That's the best team in the world.
Okay.
The best team in the world. That's a fact. All right, brother. So you're helping that lady finish her journey. You take care of her. She's been traumatized.
Yeah, we're taking her. It wouldn't be possible for her to get to Germany because she's out of money, and she had no any international documents. So we had to help her to get out and to get to Europe with the Ukrainian national inside local passport, and we were helping to go through all of this process.
So it's done. She's in Polish territory.
Yes, she just having Ukrainian passport. She is in Poland, so it means she's free to move inside. And
can you get her to Germany?
Yes, we are taking her there.
Hey,
and
when you leave her in Germany, leave her a little bit of money. Don't leave her broke.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. We already did discuss a couple things about that with the people there, and like we care.
Don't leave that lady broke.
She didn't spend any cents.
Good. And then on the return trip, picking up humanitarian supplies and more military aid, more helmets.
Yes.
Okay. Last question for you, and I'll let you go. Were you driving through Lviv today when the explosions happened?
Yes, I was trying to reach you. I was calling you a few times. I recorded the video, and I will send you right now.
Okay, send me that. And once again, it's hard to even speak. You know, you're there right now. This is basically live. We're just a few minutes before going live tonight. And I mean, that's a real face from Mariupol. She's out.
Yeah.
She's made it to safety. Unfortunately, we'll be talking about in a few minutes. Two ladies, honestly, that would look just like her were killed today in the Azovstal by attacks. So, you know, that's the reality of it. Some make it, and unfortunately, some are not. So,
and she said that she lost everything she had, and she first time ever outside of Ukraine. So everything she is right now, it's a first her like try, and in the fact it is the way out of it. First time she's crossing the border outside of Ukraine.
Buddy, she's not going to leave you and Andrew's side.
Yeah, this is why she said one morning she was waiting for me, and she said somebody told that if I want to start a new life, I need outside of Ukraine at least. Somebody recommended to talk with you. I said if you're okay. I mean, you are not. If you, I mean, I was talking with her. Let's say to make it short, and I was asking her some questions about being ready to learn language and so on, or at least, I mean, like I was explaining the things she will meet.
Yes.
And she will experience. And then she said, "Yes, I'm ready." Then I said, "Okay, then here is some steps." And our volunteers did help her to install some apps which is needed to help her to charge and get a right plan for roaming. And for she would not be like, I mean, she would have.
Let me ask you a question.
Yes.
She was basically helpless.
Yes.
Okay. So of course, I do not speak Ukrainian that well, but I speak Russian well. So we were speaking Russian. So I'm assuming, Mariupol, she's speaking Russian mostly. Does she know English, German, Polish?
No, zero.
Zero.
Any.
Okay.
Russian, not
Only
even
Russian.
Ukrainian.
Yeah,
Just
I understand.
hardly.
Sure, because it's Mariupol. It's Russian speaking. Okay. Yes. That's why she and I could communicate so well.
Uh-huh.
All right, buddy. Shoot me that video. You guys stay safe, and you take care of that lady.
Thank you for making it possible to help such people with transportation and the other ways.
You think about this, Jacob. Mm-hmm. This lady lived under bombardment for 2 months. Lost everything. Probably, honestly, thought she was going to die. Never would have dreamed in her life that she would come through Khmelnytsky, connect with our organization, and be, chauffeured to Germany. We go first class. So it's serious, man. I mean, that's an example of the reality of this war. And that's a good thing. That puts a smile on our face today. Been a tough day. Lots of strikes. Mariupol is a further disaster, but this puts a smile on our face.
Yeah.
All right, buddy. We love you. Take care of her. If you don't take care of her, I'll come beat you. I like Larissa.
Okay.
Hey, don't think I can't take you. I know you like fighting, but I got news for you. I can whoop you.
I'm ready falling,
All right, buddy. We love you. Send me that video.
Okay, I will.
All right, keep
bye.
it posted. Bye. There you have it, folks. That's the update. I mean, basically, that's all within the last hour of me speaking with her. I was able to process it really quickly. And then, of course, we were speaking to Jania live just a couple of minutes ago. Some questions came in, and I want to address those. But before we do, and then we're going to get into the details of tonight. And I've got so much more that's interesting. Tonight is loaded. But first, I want you to think about something before we go any further. That lady has nobody. That lady has no money. That lady has no homes, no family. She lost everything in Mariupol. Somehow she got to Khmelnytsky. And now they literally are chauffeuring her to a distant family member that lives in Germany that is willing to accept her. That would not be possible if you were not here every night and giving up that Applebee's meal a week. You understand tonight as a team, and that's why I told Andrew, my sami lucha komanda Vezmir, we're the best. We are the best team in the world. And we really are. I know there's lots of other good ones, but us here working together, our church, PK doing all the administration, we're taking care of each night, doing the updates, and you not only supporting this, sharing with others, but giving financially, you're saving that lady's life. And you're taking her to Mariupol tonight. We're just doing it through Jania. So thank you very much. And we're not going to stop. Now, I saw the question come in on the net worth of Vladimir Zelensky. Everything you're seeing is propaganda. Vladimir Zelensky's net worth maximum, $5 million. He at about 2.5, and his wife at about 2.5. And his money was actually earned from being a very famous actor in Ukraine. So the stuff you see, he's worth billions, he's worth millions, 800 million, 500 million. No, ma'am, no, sir. He's worth, he's worth 5 million in his family. I don't know why your YouTube would be buffering. It shouldn't be. So anyway, just watch wherever you can watch. Just want to get everyone to YouTube if possible. Now let's get to where we want to get to today. He's a Reagan of Ukraine. Yes, he is. Today was intensive. I'll make it a little bigger for you. Mariupol, of course. We'll start from the bottom right today. Mariupol was reattacked. And not only this time was it shelled from the sea and from the land, Russian soldiers have begun invading the Azovstal plant. Remember, a week, 10 days ago, I showed you the Putin video where he said, let's just lock it down. Let's not even let a fly out. Well, that has changed, and now they're trying to finish it off. So Russian soldiers are physically on the Azovstal territory right now, working their way through the plant. And battles are ensuing in heavy bombardment. Yes, some people did get out. I have the full updated report on that, and we will get to that slide in just a moment. Now, due north, Mariupol, Kharkiv hit very hard today. In the past, we've talked about Gorky Park, and I taught you guys that there's a Gorky Park in Kharkiv, and of course, the very famous Gorky Park in Moscow. Gorky Park and residential areas were hit very hard today in Kharkiv. You know, it's a great target, a park, but that's what happened. Dnipro, right in the middle, you see it there with Dnipropetrovsk, but Dnipro was hit very hard today. Kivorograd was hit hard today. Mykolaiv hit hard today. Odessa hit hard today. Vinnytsia hit hard today. Down in the bottom left, a new target was hit. And if you look at the map, you will see that there are two blue circles or blue markers on the left. Of course, the one is Lviv. Zhenya was actually there as it was hit and was able to give us the video. But below that, a brand new target was struck today, and both of these targets are related. Lviv, and then the one on the bottom left actually is in the Transcarpathian Mountains in a town called Volovets. It's near Uzhgorod. You said, what on earth? Well, let's ask a logical question. Number one, if you're just taking over your territory of Lugansk and Donetsk and solidifying Crimea, why are you dropping a bomb or a cruise missile on Volovets? Of course, to stop the supply lines. We understand that, but it just doesn't make sense. It just tells us that there's no stop. There's no stop. Now, above Lviv, I have a train image there. These were the targets today. We've talked about it. The infrastructure that is flowing out of the West, whether it's coming through Romania or Poland or Slovakia, because it's not coming through Hungary. Remember, even though Hungary is in the EU, they're basically allying with Russia here. That's a fact. So as these trains, tractor trailers, whatever else they're using to transport support from the West come through, Russia decided today to block the infrastructure for the train. So all of the targets today in Lviv and south of that in Volovets destroyed train infrastructure. And folks, I'm sorry to say they did hit the target. So switching tracks, depot stations, train supply yards, everything in Lviv and Volovets. And Volovets is a major intersection area, even in the Transcarpathian. They were hit. And the ability for supplies to come on the rail from the west to the east has been hampered. And that's just a fact. Now, serious push. I want to go closer on this one for you. Let me pull it up. We have a problem, and hopefully it will be solved. I'm zooming in now to the east, and you guys know this area. In fact, I will zoom in here. Take a look here real quick. this is, let me pull a different color up. We'll just go the green. So here's Kharkiv, and here's Kramatorsk, and Slavyansk, and Severodonetsk. Of course, this is all Russian occupied territory through here, and the lines. But this is actually, it would go this way. This is the pinch that is happening. So this is over below Kharkiv on this image I'm showing you. Here's the problem. Russia wants, as we've talked about, Slavyansk, and most importantly, Kramatorsk. If you see the black arrows that I have drawn and you see the red arrows from the maps, the Russian forces are pushing in. The pink is territory that Russia claims. The red is occupied, and the yellow is Ukrainian territory. These are the front lines, but here is a problem. Just take a look to the right. You see the blue circle and you see the pushes. Look at the very bottom of the map on the right. You see what will look like to you Kadivka, okay? Or Kadivka, in the big purple there. To the left of that with the black arrow is Popasna. Popasna has fallen. It's already conquered. Russian buildup there is tremendous. Now, the Russian forces are go to the very middle of the image, Liman or Lyman, however you'd like to read it, then come straight down into the right. You see the next red arrow in the black area, Siversk. The Russian forces are pushing hard here. Now, if you look closely, you'll see the problem, and this is what the Ukrainians were talking about today. The problem is the blue circle. Folks, Severodonetsk and Lysychansk are pretty good-sized cities and very strategic. There are a lot of Ukrainian forces there. We have been talking about this pinch. Ukraine needs a big push because this is a possibility that those troops that are in Severodonetsk, that are in Lysychansk, could be encircled. And that was the major issue today, talking on the general's reports that these pushes need to be pushed back because that blue circle there is close to being encircled. We'll definitely be watching that. They're fighting there like crazy. I have the next image here for you. I want to give you an update. You guys know, you're here with me every night. The Transnistria region, the strip of land between Ukraine and Moldova that Russia occupies with 1,500 troops. Today, the order was given for the Russian troops' families to go back to Russia. The order was given today for the families of Russian troops to go back to Russia. It's just a precursor. We know there is an intended battle in the Transnistria and the acquisition of Moldova in addition to Ukraine. On the right, you see a picture. I have a red arrow showing you the date. It was taken today, May the 3rd, 1 o'clock in the afternoon. You see the black arrow. Those are blockades on the roads. Who did that? Ukraine did that. What is behind the blockades? That is the Ukrainian border. This picture was taken from the territory of the Transnistria. The blue in the back is the Ukrainian border. Today, Ukraine, and that's a creek right there. Ukraine dropped blockades. Why? You may think it's to block troops from the Transnistria or Russia from coming in, but that's not the reason. Ukraine has no interest in Moldova or the Transnistria, of course. They're just defending their sovereign territory. They dropped the blockades there so that they could not be accused of making an incursion with tanks or vehicles into the the Transnistria region. So they have blockaded all of the border crossings. The bottom line is, folks, it's getting very, very touchy there. Last night, I told you about all the network infrastructure for internet went down in the entire Kherson Oblast, which is huge, or Kherson region, and then it was gone, and then it was redirected when it came back up to Russian, however that works, IPs, whatever you guys were talking about out there, techie. But here is the information from netblocks.org. This is an international organization that maps internet freedom, all the techie behind the scenes. Here is the Kherson Oblast, clicking along April all the way to the night of April 30th. And then all of that internet traffic was routed via Ukraine. The internet went down when it came back up in the late night of the 1st. It was routed now on Russian networks and protocols. So it's 100%. Kherson is being completely disconnected from Ukraine. Today, Ukraine released the official numbers on Bucha. Bucha, 1,208 of the citizens of Bucha alone were killed during those weeks of the Russian invasion into Bucha, Irpin, in that whole northern region. So, folks, when you see the death reports, there's no way to know. But today, Ukraine did release, and these people were assassinated. They're autopsying everybody for war crimes. It's a very sad situation, but the number is 1,208 is how many were killed. Let's see here. Read that the U.S. and UK believe Putin will declare war on Ukraine soon. Is that what you were talking about when it comes to the 9th of May? Yes, that is the projection, that Vladimir Putin will use that day to declare war on Ukraine officially and force conscription, or basically for us in American English, the draft. So, yes, that is absolutely what is predicted. Now, the big story of today. Mariupol. Here is a transport bus, and I have pulled out the quotes today so that you can read them, and I'm going to read them to you, but here's the quotes. And these are from people: Borichenko, the mayor; Veroshenko, a councilman; and we have information from Verachuk, Irina Verachuk. So here we go. Only 3 of the 14 buses with evacuated Mariupol citizens have reached the Ukrainian-controlled territory in Zaporozhye. Now, actually, with that said, folks, here is actual video of the transport buses arriving in Zaporozhye. You see in the background the metro sign. That's a store. They're actually using the epicenter parking lot, which is basically like a Home Depot or Lowe's in Ukraine. See the Red Cross sign? These are the buses that came from Mariupol. Now, here's the deal. 3 of the 14. The next quote, next line: some of our evacuated citizens from Mariupol have been transferred to Russia. Veroshenko. When the Russian side agreed to the evacuation, they agreed to a total of 90 buses, and we commonly agreed on 3 evacuation locations. Only 14 buses came, and only 3 reached Ukraine. We understand that 11 buses, which were supposed to go to Zaporozhye, which is under Ukrainian control, were rerouted somewhere. The last paragraph and statement: we have reports, and I actually saw this last night, but I was just waiting for a little bit more confirmation. These buses are in Donetsk. They rerouted them. They're gone, folks. We have reports of those buses being redirected to Donetsk filtration. Unfortunately, the Russians, take and kidnap our residents, and today this is confirmed happening in our Ukrainian city of Mariupol once again. Now, once that happened, we were looking for evacuations today, but the bombardment began again at a very, very heavy way. I've got Palomar, and we'll let him give us the update on that.
Слава Україні! Сьогодні, 3 травня, цілу ніч по території заводу «Азовсталь» працювала ворожа корабельна артилерія, ствольна артилерія, скидалася надважкі авіаційні бомби. Внаслідок цих злочинних дій загинуло 2 цивільних жінок. Близько 10 цивільних отримали поранення різного ступеня. Станом на цю хвилину триває потужний штурм території заводу «Азовсталь» за підтримки бронетехніки, танків, зі спробами висадки десанту за допомогою катерів та великої кількості піхоти. Ми зробимо все можливе для того, щоб відбити цей штурм, але закликаємо вжити негайних заходів щодо евакуації цивільних, які знаходяться на території заводу, та безпечного їх доставлення в Запоріжжя та на підконтрольну Україні території. Маріуполь – це Україна.
So there you have it. He gives the date. I really appreciate that. That way, you know, when I'm sharing it with you and we've got it translated into English for you, we're right on the days. So yes, buses went out. I can tell you that today, 2 ladies, and I actually saw the video of these ladies being killed. They would have honestly looked just like Larissa that we saw earlier tonight in the program, you know, 50-ish, just beautiful Ukrainian ladies killed today in this bombardment on Azovstal. Now, with that said, I want to explain something to you about the filtration process. I see you guys also talking about how can they not say this is not war after a couple of months, et cetera, et cetera. I'm going to give you some insight on that in 2 ways. Number one, Russia still considers this a special military operation, so they've not officially declared war. You know, it's the same process for nations like in our country, where Congress must declare war. It's a process to go to that level, because when you declare war, and I know the veterans will start typing and talking, it opens up a whole new arena of regulations, rules, things that the country can do, et cetera, et cetera. So no, they have not officially declared war, but you guys, you're getting ready to see something in about 7 or 8 minutes. I've got the Russian patriarch, remember the granddaddy of them all? He basically is telling everybody that Russia is not at war, and actually they've never attacked another country. You've got to see it to believe it. It's coming. Now, last 2 things we're going to talk about: filtration camps. Number one, filtration camps, and I've seen the pictures and the videos. I've got them. I will not share them. It looks just like World War II. These people are not eating right. I've seen the food they eat. It looks just like World War II. So you ask, well, where are they staying? Have they built these jails with wire fences? No. There are these huge buildings in all of these regions. You saw the video the other night where the Russian propagandist said that we already have a camp for 100,000 capacity in Donetsk. And you say, well, how can there be a camp? Because a lot of these structures, especially in that region, which would have been, which is in eastern Ukraine, have huge complexes. For example, it could be an old military base. It could be some type of governmental infrastructure or plant. I can tell you right now, for those of you that have been to Khmelnytsky with me, and there are some of you in here, the plant that is connected to the Dawn of Life Church, it could hold 100,000 people in a New York minute. The plant's like a mile long. You also see every day I'm showing you the Azovstal plant. It has 15 miles of underground tunnels. So holding 100,000 people, no problem. But that's not the only way the filtration camps are being done. The other way that the filtration process is happening is as people are escaping in their cars, the Russians are forcing them to stay in their cars for days and days. And then when they have the Ukrainians wore down and exhausted, then they question them, they threaten them, they try to make them make a mistake in their conversation so that they can have an excuse to take them. Some of those people make it and are allowed to go through a block post and try to get back to Ukraine. Others probably will never be seen again as of right now. I have a video tonight of a young lady telling her story of her filtration process with her and her father in a car trying to get out of Mariupol. Folks, it's translated for you. Ready to go.
Традиционный лагерь – это не поселение. Это была просто колонна машин. Перед нами сотни машин и за нами машины. Выходить с машин было нельзя. За нами постоянно следили, наблюдали, кто что делает, где и как. То есть все, что человек делает в повседневной жизни, мы должны были это делать в машинах. И когда мы с папой шли на эту фильтрацию, я думала и понимала, что мне будет очень сложно. То есть как я могу тут отказаться от Украины? И я никогда не забуду разговор двух солдат тех ДНР. Что ты делал с людьми, которые не прошли фильтрацию? Застрелил 10, а дальше не считал неинтерес. У меня взяли документы, отсканировали их, отпечатки пальцев и проверяли параллельно с этим телефоном. И там в этой будке, в этой комнате было 5 человек, 5 таких солдат с оружием. Я там была одна, и было очень страшно. Просто стали подкашиваться ноги, когда тот солдат, который лежал на матрасе, сказал: не нравится, впереди будут еще женщины, найдем что-то. Но все-таки они пришли к тому выводу, что я им не нравлюсь, и решили меня отпустить. Папу мы ждали 40 минут. Когда мы уже доехали до Бердянска, папа рассказал, как он прошел фильтрацию. Вопросы были самые неприятные. И не только про власть, про Украину, про ситуацию, что он тут делает, что он планирует делать дальше. И был даже вопрос, нет, если тебе ухо, и что будет дальше. Когда мы ехали из Бердянска на Запорожье, мы прошли 27 блокпостов. На каждом блокпосту было одно и то же. Но тут уже про фильтрацию не спрашивали. Видимо, фильтрация нужна была там. И когда мы подъехали, нам кажут: добрый день, будь ласка, документы. Папа все делал молча, молча показывал машину. И потому что мы боялись, что это может быть снова какой-то очередной фильтрационный лагерь, где люди просто попадаются в первые секунды. Но когда увидели нашу прописку и стали нас пытать Мариуполь со счетом, веки жаха его поражил, и мы поняли, что это наше, что мы уже на своей земле. И у нас уже появилась надежда, что мы можем наладить свою жизнь, мы можем жить дальше.
So, folks, that's a young girl, 14, 15 years old, telling her story of her experience with her father and the filtration process. And as I told you, there are, as we've learned from her, columns of cars that they lock in. I began to read about that, and that's what they do. They try to exhaust these people, and then they want them to say something wrong, make a mistake, so that they can have a reason to take them. You saw her even testify. I've already shot 10, as the soldier said. It's not interesting for me. This is very tragic, and we will continue to tell the truth. I don't care what anybody says. This is what's happening in Eastern Ukraine, and the rest of the clowns out there that think it's not. Sorry, it is. Now, I really wanted to get into the ism tonight, and I actually made it the title of the program. But sometimes you have to call an audible. I really want to try to keep this and honor your time. Unless I've got somebody live in here talking in the middle of the night, then, you know, no problem. If they're here and we can go longer, we go longer. But when I'm just, you know, giving the update, delivering info, I really want to keep and respect your time as well, that 9 to 10. So I'm going to move the isms because I need more than 512 for that. And you can see I've got 507 Oh, this is my iced tea, by the way. So I really want to try to respect that. And it's too deep what I want to get in and too important with the isms. And you may say, well, can you give us a hint? Yes. We need to understand the difference between communism, socialism, fascism, and capitalism. After hearing all this trash that has been shared with me the last couple of days by people not even understanding what they're talking about, maybe we need to understand what these words actually mean. So we will be dealing with that. Now, last two things I want to give you. We will move the isms to tomorrow night. You do not want to miss it. It's really good what I'm going to share with you and help you understand a picture clearer. We're not only going to fight back to tell the truth and what's really happening in Ukraine, but we're going to be honorable and we're going to educate and we're going to provide video and we're going to provide interviews, and it's going to be the real deal. That's it. And this will grow and we're all going to grow it together. Now, two last things I'm going to give you tonight. I have told you and tried to teach you and instruct you on the culture of Russia, the culture of Ukraine. And you guys know, I've shared with you that the second most powerful man in Russia, if not the first, I know, yeah, Vladimir Putin, number one. Number two, it's this guy right here, Patriarch Kirill, the Moscow Patriarch. This guy right here is the second most powerful man in Russia. Not Medvedev, not Lavrov, not Peskov, not the clowns on the propaganda. It's this guy. And I've got a clip of his sermon. Yep, I've got a clip of his sermon from Sunday. He says this: Russia has never attacked anyone. Patriarch Kirill of Moscow and all Russia has urged believers to defend the sacred borders of Russia if necessary. He argues that Russia has never attacked anyone and stated this at the liturgy of the Archangel Cathedral of the Kremlin. This is where he resides. Where does he reside? At the Kremlin. Who else resides at the Kremlin? Vladimir Putin. The head of the Russian Orthodox Church urged to pray that our sacred borders be impregnable, and so that love for the fatherland never dries up, especially among the younger generation. Folks, here he is. I'll give you 37 seconds of it. It's translated in English, probably all that we can handle.
Мы ни с кем не хотим воевать. Россия никогда ни на кого не нападала. Это удивительно, когда великая и могучая страна никогда ни на кого не нападала. Она только защищала свои рубежи. Дай Бог, чтобы и до скончания века страна наша была такой, сильной, могучей и одновременно любимой Богом.
Folks, that rhetoric goes on and on and on. And I'm here to tell you, the Russian people, they take that as the gospel. The gospel, the truth. Ricochet, thoughts on the Pope wanting to meet Putin but not go to Ukraine? I think that's one of those areas that I'll wait to see what happens before I give an opinion. I don't think it's going to happen, is my opinion on either side. But we'll see. Could be wrong, and we'll wait till that unfolds. Now, the last thing I want to give you as we get out of here for the last minute, you guys know when I can get the Russian propaganda ministry in, I give you some of that too. So you hear the patriarch, you see what's happening. Now, here is what the propagandists were saying today.
У нас в стране многие мыслят в этом смысле гораздо радикальнее президента Путина. Если кому-то кажется, что президент Путин очень жесток, вы ошибаетесь, дорогие господа, так сказать, сэры, пэры и прочие, да, и паны. Вы ошибаетесь. Кому-то кажется, наверное, что вот они, может быть, сами себе врут, что вот есть такой большой, такой российский народ, он весь мечтает, так сказать, как бы жить там в либеральной демократии, а один Путин заставляет тут это самое, вот это, вести эту военную операцию и так далее. Вы ошибаетесь. Вот буквально, мне периодически, так сказать, я общаюсь с людьми на улице, вот буквально недавно, говорят, где-то один подходит, говорит, что вы там, говорит, все в зорницу-то играете? Надо, говорит, их уничтожить было, когда они приезжали, эти президенты к Зеленскому. Да и все. Да и все. вместе с этим Зеленским, и не было бы украинского государства, и некому было бы помощь оказывать. И этих тоже туда до кучи, чтобы они не борзели. Вот на самом деле, как думает в массе своей условный русский мужик. Вот так. Подходы, условно говоря, массового там, российского гражданина, они гораздо более жесткие и радикальные.
Не будет мира, если не будет России.
Еще пару
и
фраз.
Путина поэтому они так боятся, потому что они понимают, что Путин не пойдет ни на какие компромиссы. Не будет никаких компромиссов.
Ну, дай-то бог.
Folks, cannot make this stuff up. Absolutely, they're crazy. Absolutely, they're full of the devil. But I'm here to tell you, the Russian people believe them. And when he says, I've talked to the Gramps on the street, and he's more radical than Putin is, you may sit there tonight and go, oh, no, that's not possible. Oh, it's possible. It's absolutely possible. Now, that was a true statement. God, I can read this fast. Yes, you can. I tested that myself because I can understand his Russian, and I was reading it. Because sometimes on the videos, guys, just so you know, I slow the text down a little bit. There's a lot of video preparation has to go behind because I want you to be able to read the stuff. And that one I let slide, but it was cooking. But you guys read it. Yeah. Folks, the people really do believe this stuff. And you see the mixture. God willing. God is with us. God will protect our country. It's a mess. So, folks, that's where we're at tonight. That is the update. We're able to be in Poland tonight with Zhenya. Ukraine was bombarded today. That's the update on Mariupol. And tomorrow night, all right, slow it down a lot more. Okay, next one that comes in, I'll put in slow motion for you. Folks, that's the update. I'll tell you the smile that's on our face tonight. The lady of Mariupol, that right this second is rolling through Poland. And we're paying the bill. That makes you smile. May the Lord bless you guys tonight. Who knows what will happen in the next 23 hours. For sure, I will have another update on Mariupol. It's getting serious. I plan at 1 a.m. to send Sergei Volin a message and communicate with him. I will tell you this. I sent one last night. Have not chatted with him yet. I think those guys are fighting. You guys are awesome. Thank you for being here. We love you. Peace upon you. Peace upon Ukraine. See you in 23 hours. Good night.